Sixth. Seventh is going to be Andrew Hayes. Eighth is going to be Mr. Newell. Wesley Moss is going to be sitting ninth, and Llewellyn is going to be sitting in 10th. Probably going to have two pace laps here because it is such a short track. Then we'll see him go green for about 9 laps. Start finish is in pit road, or I'm sorry, on the front stretch, normally where it is at Charlotte. Should see the pace car dive off this time, and we should be going green with Mr. Rivard. Going to take the green flag, and let's see if he can hold on to it for about 9 laps. That 34 of Castrani is looking really hungry at. He was right on the back bumper, but that number 10 of Rivard got a really good jump, and Montrose got a little bit wide going into turn number 1, coming out of turn number 2. Oh, contact! And the 10 is upside down, barrel rolling down the backstretch. Let's go see that one more time. Here he comes. He got really wide coming out of turn number 2. Got in the grass. .43 trying to come to the inside. And that's where they made contact. And he went for a ride on that pit wall. And there it is from his view. All right, let's see how they're making out. And it looks like Mr. Rivard is going to still be out front, but Mr. Montrose had a significant amount of damage, so he had to park it down pit road and get some fast repairs done. Oh, Mr. DEP is out there. Do I have a link or yes, I do. I think I do. Moss put down register. Oh, wow. Did not know that. All right, looks like that pace car is going to dive off once again, and we are going to be going green. And it looks like Rivard, he is out to a big start. Look at that gap that he put on the rest of the field, and he left Castrani in the dust. He's going to be stuck on the outside with Elston on. Oh, we already got another crash. Llewellyn looks like he got into a little bit of an incident, and that's going to be the 23. So let's see what. Looks like he just kicked it sideways, trying to put the power down. Did a really good job of staying off everybody. Everybody else had really good awareness and got around with no issues. SDK is going to try to mess up on me just a little bit. All right, should see him get double file one more time. Still have 8 laps to go. Caution laps do not count. Pace car lights are off. And forgive me, folks, SDK is not wanting to keep up with everybody. All right, Rivard on the inside. And he gets a really good jump again. And now we have about 7 laps to go in the race. Oh, he gets loose. He's drifted around turn number 2. And that's gonna allow the 34 just to go blazing by him. He lost a lot of positions, and we have another yellow flag. It looks like that's gonna be on Newell again. So while we are under caution, I'm going to restart my SDK. I do not like when it's jumping around like that. Everybody waiting on the pace car. There's the pace car. All right, let's see if that's any better. Nope, that's no better. All right, still have 8 laps to go. They got to get these laps completed before they start ticking off, ticking down. Double file once again. I know it says 0 cautions, but that's just because I had to restart. And let's see if Rivard can get another big jump on the restart. And there he goes. He got a really big jump coming off of turn number 4. And he's already put a half a second in between him and that number 34. Here comes the 85. He is going to be fighting on the inside, and he is going to be able to make the turn. And we got a little bit of chaos going back here. And that is going to be the 34. Let's go see if we can find out exactly what happened to him. Going into turn number 1. Oh, it looks like the 85 just, oh, sorry about that. Looks like the 85 just got into him. And just sent him for a little bit of a ride. Doesn't look like any significant damage on the car, but looks like the 73 got a piece of it. 21 may have sent him around just a little bit. Everybody else looks like they made it around safely. No damage, no significant damage to his ride. Well, under caution once again. And this guy right here is leading that pack. With the 85 of Scott Elston trying to make some moves, getting up to the front. He is up 5 positions, and Wesley Moss so far right now is up 9 positions from where he started. Montrose is going to be sitting in fourth. Llewellyn, not bad, not bad. He is up 6 positions from where he started. Oh my goodness.
Hang on, we're not going green, not going green.
All right, looks like we got an extended green. Still have 7 laps to go in this first heat. All right, pace car is going to dive off. We are side by side. Looks like that number 10 still has the lead. If he is predictable, there he goes. He's right on the money, and he has already jumped out about 0.3 of a second out from Elston. Elston doing a really good job of keeping up with him. Did get a little bit better momentum coming off of turn number 4, or excuse me, turn number 2. On the backstretch. Ooh, it looks like somebody is going to be wide. That's going to be Adam Crosser. He brings it back on the track, and nice and safely. Everybody had good awareness on that. Coming down the backstretch, they are 3 wide. They definitely got that sorted out as Crosser, the 34 of Dudes. Oh, and we got a spin on the backstretch already.
Yellow flag.
And that is going to be Llewellyn. Ooh, it looks like he got a little bit of the 34. All right, with only 4 laps to go here in the first heat, or still anybody's race, but it looks like that number 10 of Bill Rivard, he is going to take this one if nobody can catch him. Maybe some green flag laps will allow somebody to catch him. That 85 right next to him is pretty fast. One of Montrose, he's showing a little bit of speed as he is up in 3rd. Adam Crosser doing a pretty good job and got himself up to 4th. Castranis, he is sitting in 5th in his number 34. Wesley Moss not doing a bad job himself. You know, he's staying right there close to everybody, and one mistake can put you up in the top 5 as he is riding around in 6th. Andrew Hayes sitting in 7th. Christopher Alkire, he is going to be sitting 8th. Newell, and it looks like we may have timed out. All right, while everybody is getting gridded in, let's take a look at our sponsors of these races.
Are you a veteran or currently serving? Or perhaps you're a civilian that has a veteran in your life? We want to stack up with you. StackUp.org brings both veterans and civilians together through a shared love of gaming. StackUp serves not only active duty troops and veterans in the U.S., but also our allies throughout the world. We do this through 4 primary programs. Supply crates, giant boxes of the latest in games and gear sent to active duty troops and veterans to raise morale, build camaraderie, and help combat post-traumatic stress. Air assaults, where we fly deserving veterans to life-changing gaming and geek culture events. The Stacks, our local volunteer teams coming together to support military personnel around their community. And our Stop Squad, Stack Up suicide awareness and mental health support team. Our trained volunteers are on call 24/7 if you're looking to talk with someone about your problems. We're here to help. Please reach out to us through StackUp.org to find out how we can support you or the veteran in your life today.
All right, what a great organization that is, and it looks like we are going to be going green next time by, and it looks like Painter is going to be on the pole. Michael Edwards is going to be sitting in second. Bill Rivard is going to be sitting third. Scott Elston is going to be sitting fourth. Wesley Moss is going to be sitting in fifth. Adam Crosser sixth. Christopher Alcar seventh. Andrew Hayes eighth. Newell is going to be sitting ninth. Castrani is going to be sitting in 10th. 11th is going to be Llewellyn and Montrose, and we are green flag racing as that 18 takes the green flag, and they are pretty much going to be side by side. 14 is going to tuck in right behind him because the 18 had a little bit of better running, but here comes that 10 of Bill Rivard as they come out of turn number 2 down the backstretch. They are going to be side by side. 10, 14 battling for that second spot. Looks like 10 is going to have, oh, and we already have a yellow flag, and we got quite a few cars in it. Let's go back and see if take a look and see what we can. Tiger Bay says couldn't make the race tonight, but I'm here to cheer on the team. Go Montrose and Clapper. Well, I appreciate you stopping by there. And let's take a look and see if we can find out what exactly happened. And it looks like we had the 35 around. 73 was able to get his car stopped in time, so no damage to him. Doesn't look like there's any damage to the 35, so he is good to go. Everybody waiting on the pace car. Now we do have 200 laps here this evening. As we go back live, they are making their pace laps. And it looks like Painter was able to hold on to that lead with Bill Rivard sitting in second. Michael Edwards is going to be sitting third. Scott Elston is going to be still in fourth, but Adam Crosser is going to be up 1 position. Christopher Alcar is going to be up 3 positions and in sixth. And Llewellyn up 4 positions from where he started in seventh. So he's going to be the biggest mover of the race so far, up 4 positions. Now, if these laps do go green, they will tick off very fast, but with the cautions, it takes a little bit of time. But if we see some green flag racing, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fun-filled as we are getting double file, as that pace car should have the lights off. Yes, he does. We'll go back up front to see how Mr. Painter controls these restarts. Coming around turn number 3. Where is he going to start? Is he going to wait for the green? There he goes. And he got a really good jump on the 14 and the 10. And it looks like they're going to be once again fighting side by side for that second position. 14 has a little bit of advantage on that inside. He gets a little bit loose, but he was able to collect it very quickly as he is going to take over that second spot. With Bill Verard trying to fight back on that outside, but he's going to cut him off. So, oh, and we got a caution already. Let's go find out who that was on, and that looks like it's going to be Adam Crosser. Adam Crosser is going to be in that number 22. That is going to be the pink car, and it looks like he just got it loose, put the power down a little bit too quickly, and he went for a ride on the infield. So, second caution of the main race. And right there is our returning last season champs from New Bern, North Carolina. Get a little bit of a top view so you can just see the distance that the 18 puts on the whole field on the restarts. Mr. Monroe sitting in 8th position. He is about 3 positions down from where he started, but plenty of racing left to go, as we have 89 laps left here, and it looks like we got a disappear. And Llewellyn has disconnected. It looks like he lost connection, and there's that 18. Look at the big jump that he got, and left the 10 and the 14 still fighting it side by side as they go into turn number 1. Coming out of turn number 2, the 14 on that outside took it a little bit wide, and now he's got the 34 to deal with, and it looks like we are under caution once again. And it looks like Montrose is going to have the short end of the stick of that one. You say the Montrose or Clapper? Oh, the 35 got into the 01 and sent him around. Clapper sitting in the 5th position. He started back in 10th, and now he is running 5th. Castranes, he is sitting in the 4th position, up 8 spots. There you see the 21. Looks like he is going to take a pit. $11 viewers out there on the stream. I appreciate y'all stopping by and spending the evening with me as we are 14 laps in the 200, driving these 1934 coupes around this short track here at Charlotte. Flat tracking on a Saturday night. With James Painter in the lead as of right now. He's led pretty much every lap, with Bill Rivard and Michael Edwards fighting it out for 2nd place. Castranes, he is sitting in 4th position. Scott Nelson is sitting in 5th. Chris Alkire is sitting in 6th. Wesley Moss is going to be sitting in 7th. Andrew Hayes going to be sitting 8th. Adam Crosser going to be sitting in 9th. And Montrose is going to be sitting in 10th. Looks like Clapper is going to be showing 1 lap down. I do believe he elected to pit, so that put him a lap down. But we are getting back double file, and if it goes the way it's been going, we can see him get back on the lead lap here very, very shortly. 18 has control of the restarts. He's going to come out of turn number 4, and he's gone. He's gone like the wind, and Bill Rivard got a really good jump on that inside also, and he is going to be able to take over the 2nd position easily from Michael Edwards. Michael Edwards put up a fight the last two restarts, and now he didn't stand a chance on that one, so he had to just tuck it back in and fight it out another lap. 34 of Castrani's. He is trying to get up to that third position. Oh, it looks like Rivard had a little bit of problem, and he got a little bit loose, and he lost ground to the 14 and got a little bit loose again. So that allowed the 14 to close the gap and allowed Painter to open up the gap, because now he is 1.2 seconds out from Rivard and Edwards. Looks like we got a side-by-side battle back here, and that was Montrose and the 43 of Alkire. They were battling it out pretty good. Looks like Montrose gave him a little bit of a bumper, but they were able to keep it straight. 85 of Scott Elston. I didn't see who he had on the inside, but looks like Alkire is under fire from Montrose again. He was looking to the inside, couldn't put the power down to get there, but now he's going to shoot to the inside again. Alkire going out. Oh, and he's in the wall. He's going to be upside down.
Caution, yellow flag.
Somersaulted on the pit road wall. So let's see if we can catch a cockpit view of that. Just gets it a little bit wide, cranking that wheel. And he just gets it sideways, and that pit wall was unforgiving, because he went somersaulting down pit road. But he didn't land it on all four wheels. Looks like the 73 was involved also. Couple takers down pit road, and that's going to be Castrani's, Crosser, Elston, and Alkire. They're going to go get their service done. Alkire has a significant amount of damage on that race car. He's missing both front fenders, rear fender, and looks like a little bit of grill damage. So that might put most of the field a lap down, as looks like we only have about 5 cars on the lead lap, because Crosser's still in the pits, Castrani is still in the pits, and Elston is showing 2 laps down. Moss showing 3. And they are off. Green flag is out. And look at that jump. He didn't get the best of a jump. And there is Bill Rivard right on that back bumper as they come out of turn number 2. Side by side was Montrose, and it looks like the 73, I do believe that is, of Andrew Hayes. They were battling it out. They did get it straightened out, and it looks like they just fell back in single file. But Painter is putting the laps down now. 28 laps out of 200 complete. Bill Rivard still running second, with Michael Edwards, our returning champion. He is running third. Montrose running fourth, not doing a bad job, as we have a little battle between Castrani's and the 85. Now this is going to be for a position, I believe. No, Scott Elston is 2 laps down, so that was not for a position, but it was a good battle while it lasted. Everybody pretty much spread out, and there is our current battle, the closest battle as of right now. About 0.4 of a second separate Rivard and Painter as they are coming out of turn number 4, coming down the front stretch. A little battle brewing between Michael Edwards and Montrose. Montrose trying to close that gap coming into turn number 1. Riding a little bit below that white line, which we've seen a few cars get in a little bit of trouble as they were riding down there, but he is making it work for him. making up a little bit of ground and losing a little bit of ground coming out of turn number 4, but he does have a better break, a tighter braking point than the 14, so he closes up that gap, and it looks like the 34 and the 73 are pretty much going at it, and this is a lap down car racing a lead lap car, and he was able to make the pass. And it looks like the 43 is going to be another lap down. He is going to be showing 3 laps down as everybody is pretty much making a pass on him. Monroe's going to try to get around him. Chris is going to definitely give him a lot of room to get around. He doesn't want to hold anybody up. Looks like he has a little bit, quite a bit of that damage that he could not get fixed. 34 going to try to make it around, and the caution is out, and it looks like Moss is going to be the one that brought that out. So let's go check it out. Coming out of turn number 2, gets it sideways, was able to collect it, comes into turn number 3, gets it sideways again, tries to pull the Tokyo Drift, was not able to do it, but he got out of the way of everybody else, and that's what's going to bring out the caution. Well, it looks like Castranives is going to be able to get his lap back. And now we have 5 cars on the lead lap. Clapper will be the next one to get the wave around once the caution does come out. 5th caution of the night, 40 laps down out of 200. Still 160 laps left to go in this race. And so far, Painter has been the only one to lead a lap here in the race so far. Will Bill Rivard have anything for him as these laps tick down? If we see some green flag laps, we may be able to see somebody challenge him, but as of right now, nobody has been able to get up there and challenge him for the last 40 laps. All right, pace car is going to be off the track, and we are going to go green flag racing again with that 18 taking the green flag once again, and there's the jump. Shot out about 0.3 of a second out from the 10 of Rivard and the 14 of Edwards. Rivard goes wide. Edwards cuts it in tight. He was able to take the position away from Rivard easily on that inside line. Here comes the 73 of Andrew Hayes. He is going to try to make up some ground as those two were battling. Not going to be able to quite get there. There you see the 10 riding below that white line. Once again, he gets a little bit loose coming off the turn number 2, but he's able to hold it. It looks like a little bit of four-way battle back here between the 43, 34, and 35. And we got the 22 around. Caution is not out yet. And it looks like he just jumped it into the pits. Moss riding around in the 11th position, trying to make some ground up. He's a couple laps down, so he needs as many cautions as he can get to get back on the lead lap. And there's the yellow flag, and it looks like the 43 has brought out the yellow flag once again. Let's see what happened to him coming into turn number 3. 34 on the inside, 43 on the outside, puts the power down. And ooh, they collect each other, and there he goes on spin cycle once again. All right. Well, while we are under caution once again, let's take a look at our sponsor.
Are you a veteran or currently serving? Or perhaps you're a civilian that has a veteran in your life? We want to stack up with you. StackUp.org brings both veterans and civilians together through a shared love of gaming. StackUp serves not only active duty troops and veterans in the U.S., but also our allies throughout the world. We do this through 4 primary programs. Supply crates, giant boxes of the latest in games and gear sent to active duty troops and veterans to raise morale, build camaraderie, and help combat post-traumatic stress. Air assaults, where we fly deserving veterans to life-changing gaming and geek culture events. The Stacks, our local volunteer teams coming together to support military personnel around their community. And our Stop Squad, Stack Up suicide awareness and mental health support team. Our trained volunteers are on call 24/7 if you're looking to talk with someone about your problems. We're here to help. Please reach out to us through StackUp.org to find out how we can support you or the veteran in your life today.
All right, and we are back. What a great organization that is, helping the vets through gaming. Pace car lights are still on. Looks like the 43 is leading the field, but he is actually 4 laps down. He is probably going to take the wave around here in just a moment and get maybe one of those laps back. Six cars on the lead lap. The last one on the lead lap is going to be Montrose. He got his laps back, and he is going to be starting at the back. And green flag is out once again, and that 18 is out of here. Coming into turn number 1 and coming out of turn number 2, it looks like Rivard has figured out the inside line. It's a little bit faster than the 14 because he has been able to overtake the second position. Coming out of turn number 4, he's putting the power down, but look at that number 34 right on the back bumper of our former champion. Coming into turn number 1, he is within a car length of that 14, trying to take over that third position, but can't quite get there. Coming into turn number 3, 14 has made up a little bit of ground on Rivard. Rivard lost a little bit of time coming out of turn number 4, and now the 14 and 34 are right there coming out of turn number 2, coming down the backstretch. Coming into turn number 3, not able to get there this time, but still plenty of racing left to go as we have a quarter of the laps down in this race. Let's check out the rest of the field. 73 is still doing pretty good, holding on to that 5th spot. He has a little bit of cushion behind him. No real pressure from that 01, as that 01 has a lap down car of the 85, and that's going to be Elston. Elston is 3 laps down, so he's got to get around him to catch that 73. Clapper, oh, we got a spinner, and then it's going to be the 85, and commentator's curse. We were just talking about him. Go back and take a look and see what happened to him coming into turn number 1 and out of turn number 2. It looks like he put the power down, and it just would not stick. Locked him down, but kept it clean. Well, Montrose is now caught up to the field. He is going to be starting in the 6th position with the rest of the lead lap cars. Looks like Clapper is going to be able to get his lap back. Now, number 21 is going to be starting at the tail end of the longest line, but he is back on the lead lap, so he's got a little bit of work to do before he can race for any type of position. But I believe that number 21 can get up there and get it done. Pace car lights are still on, so we will not be going to green. 60 laps complete here in the final feature of this race here at Stacked Up Legend Series. Looks like it's fun, but it looks like it is challenging as these cars are sometimes drifting out of the corners. Can't put the power down completely until the car is settled. But some of these guys are doing a fine job out front. Pace car is going to be off. We are going green, and it is on. Jack Painter once again, and there he goes. Gets a little bit of bump from the 14. The 14 was ready, and the 18 was not, and that's going to allow the 10 to get right back behind the 18, and it looks like the 10 is going to try to challenge for the lead coming into turn number 3. They are side by side for the lead, and this is the first time we've seen anybody other than the 18 lead. And then the 18 takes it right back on the outside. What a great move on the outside. And it looks like Rivard is going to try to take the inside. He cuts off the 18, and he has the position. He is going to try to lead this lap. Pretty much single file all the way back to 5th position. But these top 4, they are putting on a show. And any of these guys can win this race, and any of these guys look like they're fast enough to lead it. But Rivard right now is showing that he is the fastest guy on the track at this particular moment. Looks like the 14 was looking to the inside of the 18, trying to make a move because we know he is fast. He is the former champion, so he must be fast. And he is going to try to get around that 18. Looking to the inside, 18 cuts off his line. Was not able to get there this time. 18 creates a little bit of cushion. 34 right there on the back bumper of the 14, and here comes Montrose also. He is coming into the picture as these guys are pretty much lined up. He was a little bit of about a half a second back from these top 4, and now he has closed that gap, and he is right there trying to take over position. 73 is about 2.5 seconds back from the leader, but he is still a long ways to go, and anything can happen with Clapper trying to make his way through the field. He is sitting in the 7th position, trying to make his way around that 85 before he's got quite a bit ways to go before he can battle for a position. Caution would help him out as he would line up with the other lead lap cars, but as of right now, he has got that number 85 in his sights, trying to get around him. 34 coming out of turn number 4. He got a little bit wide, was not able to put the power down, but he makes it up coming into turn number 1. Hard on the brakes. Out of turn number 2, he loses a little bit of ground. He's up sitting about a second back from the top 3. 10 still in the lead, and they are pretty much single file. 18 trying to get that position back, but the 10 said no way Jose as he comes out of turn number 4 and leads another lap. Rivard led every lap in the first heat, and looks like he's going to try to lead quite a bit more unless that 18 has anything to say about it. 14 looking on the inside of the 18. 18 not allowing it. Took his line. Coming out a little bit wide. Puts the power down. Can't quite get there, but did not lose any ground. Makes up a lot of ground coming into the turn. He takes the turn a little bit tighter. Trying to get the momentum off of turn number 4. Not quite able to get there, but he has a better braking zone than the 18. He closes the gap quite a bit going into turn number 1. Turn number 3 and 4, he is right on there on the back bumper. 18 puts the power down, 14 puts the power down, but the 18 was able to put the power down a little bit quicker and create a little bit of breathing room between him and the 18, or the 14. Go back through the field, see how Mr. Montrose is doing. He is all over the back bumper of Castrani's. These two guys are not too far away from the leaders. So it looks like that 01 is pretty fast, and he's making up some ground. And as these leaders catch up to these lap down cars, if these lap down cars give them any trouble, that could, and it looks like we got a crash indicator, but no caution as of yet. Looks like that 35 is looking to go another lap down. That is going to be Moss. He's already 4 laps down, and now he is 5 laps down, and he almost causes a pileup with the leaders. They had to make some evasive maneuvers around the 35. But everybody gets around clean, and we stay green. Next car to go a lap down is probably going to be this guy right here if he does not put the hammer down, because those leaders are coming. They just start across the start-finish line, and he is going to be the next one in line to go a lap down as they are coming out of turn number 4. As he's coming out of turn number 4, they are pretty much in the corner of 3 and 4. So he's got a little bit of ground that he needs to cover. Looks like we got another indicator. It looks like Moss has had a little bit of trouble as it shows that he is entered pit lane. Castrani is still trying to make up ground. He has pretty much caught the 14 once again. Is he going to be able to do anything with the former champ? 82 laps complete of 200. Coming into turn number 1, not able to get there. Coming out of turn number 2, putting the power down, not able to get there just as of yet. Coming into turn number 3, he's there but cannot get the run off the corner as the 14 has a little bit better off corner off speed. Montrose lost a lot of ground as he was right on the back bumper of that number 34, and it looks like his car is not handling the greatest as of right now. And it looks like Bill has caught that number 21. He was on the lead lap. Now he is looking to go a lap down. Let's see what Bill does to him. He's looking to give him the bumper to the 21, trying to fight to stay on the lead lap as Bill shoots down past the white line and gets around the 21, trying to put a little bit of distance between him and that 18. Now the 18 has 2 cars to fight to catch back up to Bill. The 35, the 21, the last car, the first car 1 lap down. Oh, we got a big crash. The 35. Castranives, and looks like the 35. So let's take a look and see what happened there. There you see the 35 up top. And it looks like the 14 tried to get around him, dove down low. 14 got into the 34 and sent the 35 right up the track into the wall, went barrel rolling down the front stretch. Got a couple of tire bounces. He got some height on that. So that's going to bring out the caution again, and looks like the 21 is going to be caught back up. He will get his lap back. So Clapper back on the lead lap. He's going to take his wave around. Looks like Rivard is going to relinquish his lead, and looks like Montrose is going to take over the top spot. So we have a new leader. With second place going to Andrew Hayes. Looks like Michael Edwards elected to pit, and Bill Rivard. They are going to be 1 lap down, but they are going to probably have those fresh tires. With 110 laps to go and a new leader, let's see how long that 01 can hang on to it. Four cars on the lead lap, and it looks like Painter and Edwards are going to be showing one lap down, along with Rivard, our former top three. And now they've relinquished the lead, went a lap down, and now the 01 of Montrose is going to come to the start finish and take the green flag. It's going to be on him. Let's see if he can get that good jump, and yes, he does. Got a really good jump and left the 34 and 73 back there to battle it out, and they are going to be side by side as they come out of turn number 2 to 73 way up high, right near the wall. 34 going to cut it to the inside. Here comes the 14. He's going to be on the freshest tires of them all, and he is going to try to make the pass on the 73 on the inside. Is he going to be able to clear him as he comes down to turn number 1? Not cleared of him yet. Puts the power down. Cleared him coming out of turn number 2. Now these guys are not going to allow him to get his lap back very easily, as he is a lap down car. Now he's going to be, he has his sight set on a 34. Here comes the 18. He is going to be looking to get his lap back also. He is right in line with the 14, going to try to follow his line. He got the 34 on the outside lane. Is he going to be able to take the inside as they come into turn number 1? No, the 34 is going to cut that inside lane off. He's going to take the below the yellow line and be able to make the pass. Montrose was able to get a pretty good jump, and now he's got some lap down cars in between him and that 34 of Castrati's. And that is actually probably the best strategy, because now if the 34 wants to catch up, actually he'd have some work to do. But, oh, there is the caution. And was the 18 able to get his lap back before the caution came out? I do believe so. So they will line up with the rest of the field. And it looks like the 10 of Rivard was involved in that incident. Ooh, he just cut it a little bit too hard, and that brought the caution out. Well, back to 6 cars on the lead lap. Rivard being the first car 1 lap down, Elston being 2 laps down, Alkire being 6, Moss being 13. Crosser still in the pits, and Llewellyn is going to be showing out of the race. Still a lot of racing left to go, as we have 101 laps left here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Ninth caution of the race. And it looks like Rivard is going to be back in the pits. Hayes is going to be in the pits. As we've seen, even if you go a lap down in the pits, it is very easy to get your lap back, as we saw the 14 and the 18 get their laps back the hard way. And pace car is off, and it looks like Montrose is, oh, a little bit of contact between 34 and the 01, and there is the green flag. That really messed up the whole green flag, but Clapper was able to get around the 34 because they made contact. He went a little bit wide. Here comes the 18, and here comes the 14. They are going to try to track down that 01, as they are pretty much going to pass Clapper like he is standing still, because they have the fresher tires. 14 on the inside of the 21. 21 was previously a lap down. not too long ago, and now he is fighting for that 5th position. And it looks like Castranis is going to be able to make the pass and put Clapper back into 5th. We got quite a bit of a battle between Rivard, Elston, and Hayes back here for 6th, 7th, and 8th. Looks like they got it all sorted out, and Rivard was the winner in 6th place in that little battle with Scott Elston. He still has Andrew Hayes right there within striking distance, trying to take over that position. But the 21 is going to be under fire of Bill Rivard. Now, Bill Rivard still has fresher tires than the 21, so let's see how he gets around the 21. He's going to look to the inside coming into turn number 3. Going to be able to grab that inside, put the power down, and make the pass with ease. Well, the two guys with the freshest tires have made it around the 01, and that 18 is right back out front, and he is extending his lead out to 1 second so far with Edwards sitting in second, 1.08 seconds back from the 18. They are putting down some faster lap times than the 01 of Montrose. Let's look at the last lap times on the track, and those guys were putting down 16.5s with Edwards being the faster car on the track. So could we see a lead change? I don't exactly know, because he's not that much faster to make up a lot of ground on the leader. 17 second lap time for the 01. We'll go back to the gap here and see, and you can see that he is slowly eating into that gap on Painter. But coming out of turn number 4, he gets a little bit loose in that gap. Went from 7/10 of a second to 8/10 of a second. So he lost a little bit of time as he was trying to get off of turn number 4 that last lap. That 01 is under fire from that number 34. Castrani's 01 has a little bit older tires. They're looking below that white line, trying to find some kind of grip to get around that 01. Not going to be able to get there. And here comes the 73. He wants to play 2. He's a lap down. He wants to get his lap back. Actually, he's 2 laps down. He wants to try to get his lap back. And here comes the 34 on the outside. Is he going to be able to get there? No, but here comes the 10. He's going to be on the inside. They are going to be battling it out with a lap down car. Is the 34 going to be able to get there? No, he goes too wide coming out of turn number 4, and that left a little bit of gap between him and the 10, as the 10 is still right there on the back bumper of Montrose. Montrose doing really good fighting against those fresher tires. And it looks like the 10 is going to be able to get the inside, make the pass, but here comes that 34. He's going to be looking to the inside too. Gets a little bit loose coming off of the turn number 2 and loses a little bit of ground, but he is going to be right there to try it once again coming into turn number 1. 73 of Andrew Hayes. He is looking to get his 2 laps back the hard way, as he's not making up a lot of ground on the leaders. But let's go and check out and see where they're at. They are just now coming down the backstretch, halfway down the backstretch, coming in turn number 4, and these guys are pretty much inseparable. Now about half a second from each other, will we see the former champ take the lead, because he has been slowly ticking into that lead. Now he is about 4/10 of a second back from the leader as they come into turn number 3. Now 3/10. So Painter is a little bit better in some corners, but not as great in others. And that's allowing that 14 to catch right up, as we are at 120 laps of 200 with 80 laps to go here in the race. Still anybody's race, still anything can happen with only 5 cars on the lead lap. And this guy right here, that number 21 of Clapper, he is going to be the last car on the lead lap. Doing a pretty good job of holding on to that lead lap, but not for long because there are the leaders right there behind him. We'll go to the gearbox. There you see the 43, and right behind that 43 is going to be the 18. Is the 18 going to have any trouble getting around the 43? Can Clapper stay on the lead lap? Will we see another caution? We don't know, but the 18 is going to be able to make it around the 43 coming into turn number 1. Now he's got Clapper in his sights and looking to the inside, not going to be able to get there. Now he's going to look to the outside. And there he is, side by side. Clapper trying to keep that car behind him, stay on the lead lap. He's already had quite a few wave rounds. He doesn't want another one. He wants to stay in line. Ooh, looks like Painter had a little bit of trouble getting off of turn number 2. And Clapper is doing a really good job of staying on that lead lap and making those leaders work for it. We'll go back to side by side, and it looks like the 18 is going to have the advantage, but they also got Elston right there in front, and Clapper still holding on to that inside as they are side by side. 18 finally got around him, but the 14 has to deal with him. Oh, the 85 is going to be around. Is they going to bring the caution out? He was able to get it back going, and that allowed these two to pretty much break out, but they are going to be side by side racing. Battling with the 21 allowed the 14 to catch up real quick, fast and in a hurry, and here they go. Turn number 3, the 14 has him. Is he going to be able to keep it coming out of turn number 4? He's going to be able to lead the lap. And now we have our third lead change of the race, or third separate leader. So Michael Edwards is going to be able to take over the lead. Let's check out the lap times, and we'll see if he is still running 16-second laps. Still a little bit quicker than Painter, but not by much. So Painter is going to be able to stay up with him and not let him get away too fast, as they have the 35. 35 of Moss is just going to go high and let them right on by. Only 4 cars on the lead lap, as the 14 and the 18 are going to be trying to pretty much take this race into their own hands. The 1 and 34 are still riding in 3rd and 4th. Nobody really around to challenge them. The 73 right there is not a lead lap car, but he is riding around in the 7th position. Biggest mover of the race is going to be that number 34. He is actually up 8 positions from where he started, so he's not in a bad position at all, even if the race were to end now. I mean, he is the biggest mover of the race, and we'll probably talk to him later, as I like the back of his car. I love cheese. So do I. Well, Michael Edwards still out front. And we'll let you see the gap. Not able to break away from that 18 coming out of turn number 4. Both still running very fast lap times. Edwards still about a 1/10 of a second quicker than the 18 of Painter.
Caution.
Oh, and then the caution is going to come out, and that is going to be the 21 of Clapper that it gave me an indicator of, and it looks like Rivard may be involved. May have been involved in that too. He goes down to the white line, puts the power down. Oh yeah, they make a little bit of contact. Rivard was able to keep going, but the 21 just spun it on around. So that's going to bring out our 10th caution, I do believe. Yeah, 10th caution. With about 64 laps to go in the race. Let's see who goes into pits, and that's going to be the 01. He's going to go in and take some 4 fresh feel goods and maybe some go-go juice. I don't know how far they can go on a tank of gas, but that may put him a lap down as they come back around. Yeah, he is going to be showing he's going to be showing a lap down. Clapper is going to be able to get the free pass once again. as he was the first car one lap down. Oh, I'm sorry. He's not going to be able to get the free pass because he was involved in the incident. So he will not be able to get. Monroe's going to be showing 2 laps down now. He must have had a little bit of damage. Let's take a look at that pit time, and it looks like Monroe's 18.9 second pit stop, so he may have had a little bit of damage. Not exactly sure. And it looks like the pace car lights are off, and we will be going back green this time. And Michael Edwards out front, going to be taking the green flag. And there he goes. He had a really good jump on the 18, but the 18 was ready because he is right there coming into turn number 1. They are pretty much nose to tail coming out of turn number 1 and turn number 2. It looks like the 01 got into the wall just a little bit, but he's going to be on the freshest tires of the field. And he is probably going to get one of his laps back the hard way if he plays it just right. Now only 3 cars on the lead lap. That's going to be the 18, the 14, and the 34. 34 up 9 positions from where he started, but don't look now. But here comes Rivard. Now he's led a couple laps. I'm sorry, I think we've had 4 different leaders because Rivard led, and the 18, the 14, and the 01. So here comes the 14. Here comes the 01. He is drifting it around turn number 2. Comes out, keeps it straight, and still put the power down as they come out. Oh, and he spins it around. He makes a little contact with the 34. That may bring out the caution. There it is. So Montrose spun it around. He definitely did it in style too, as he Tokyo drifted it, got into the 34. 34 was able to keep it straight, but he did take a little bit of damage to that left rear. So back under caution once again. 56 laps left to go in the race. 3 cars on the lead lap. That's going to be the 14, 18, and the 34. With actually Hayes, the 73, will possibly get his lap back, and so we'll have 4 cars on the lead lap. All right, we'll take you through the field. Michael Edwards, he's going to be the current leader. He's going to bring his car down pit road and get his services done. That's going to relinquish the lead back up to Jack Painter. Castranes, he's going to be sitting in second now. Andrew Hayes is going to be sitting in third. He is now back on the lead lap. He got his lap back. So Michael Edwards is going to be sitting fourth as he's bringing his car down pit road for service. Bill Rivard going to be sitting in fifth, down 2 positions. He is currently showing 2 laps down. Clapper going to be showing 2 laps down in that number 21, sitting in 6th. Montrose going to be showing 2 laps down, also in 7th. Scott Elston in that number 85. He is going to be 3 laps down, sitting in 8th. Christopher Alkire missing the front end of his car, but he is still out there, still putting in laps, sitting in 9th. Wesley Moss going to be out there sitting in 10th, 15 laps down. He got into a cartwheeling contest with his car, so he had some damage to repair. 22 is going to be showing still in the pits, getting some damage done, and Llewellyn is going to be out. So that gives you the rundown of your drivers, and this guy right there, Riley, North Carolina, Mr. Jack Painter, is going to be your current leader. With 3 cars on the lead lap, we are getting ready to go back green as they come out of turn number 4. Painter
Green flag, green flag.
taking that green flag. 34 on the outside. He got a really good restart. Not exactly sure if he was laying back or not, but that 10 of Rivard, he is coming. Oh, and we already got another caution. And that looks like it's going to be Montrose. Wesley Moss and Montrose, looks like they got into it. Let's go back and take a look and see what happened there. There you see the 35, and here comes the 01. 01 probably going to look to the inside. Oh, yep, they get together, and there they go. Around and around they go. Where they stop, nobody knows. All right. Edwards showing one lap down. I do believe he was able to get the lucky dog and get one of his laps back. So, oh no, he was only one lap down. He got his lap back. So that's going to put 4 cars on the lead lap as he's going to come around and start at the end of the longest line. .34 coming in for a service. 18 decided to stay out. Andrew Hayes up to second place. Edwards going to be back on the lead lap, showing in third. Got the freshest tires in the field as of right now. With less than 50 laps to go, still anybody's race, still have time to get back on the lead lap, especially if we have more cautions come out. But the next one to get his lap back will be that number 34. All right, pace car lights are out. We will be going green on this time by 46 laps left to go in the race. Painter coming to turn number 4. Let's see if he starts in his usual position, and he does. Leaves the 17 out to dry, and that's going to leave him and Rivard to battle it out. Rivard is a lap down car, so he may just let him go right on by so it doesn't eat up a lot of his tires. And the 43 is around, along with the 14.
Caution, yellow flag.
All right, let's go take a look and see what happened with that. Coming in turn number 2. Looks like that car just got away from him and then just turned left. 14 had nowhere to go, and that is going to shoot him to the infield. And also, it looks like the 35 got a piece of that. Yes, he did. Short tracking on a Saturday night. You never know what's going to happen at this flat track here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. But it's been a pretty exciting race, as we have the 34 has been able to get his lap back, so he is going to be showing it back on the lead lap. 4 cars as of right now on the lead lap. Edwards had to go in. He is in, and he is out. So the 34 is going to start at the end of the longest line and have to battle his way through lap down cars to make any positions up, but still holding fourth all the way in the back. Not a bad job. All right, looks like we are going to be side by side, and definitely make sure you tune in next week. We will have, looks like, about 100 laps next week at Stafford. So definitely make sure you come back next week and check us out. We are going to be at Stafford for 100 laps in these 34 Coupes Legend Series cars. That should be a very exciting race. We probably have the same format, 2 heats and one final feature of 100 laps. So make sure you tune in next Saturday night to catch these guys race it out at Stafford. And it looks like we are about to go green flag racing, and Painter is going to take the green flag. There he goes. Michael Edwards, we saw him involved in that last caution, but it didn't look like it done a lot of damage as he is fighting with Andrew Hayes, and he is going to take over the second position coming out of turn number 2. He has the freshest tires in the field, and Andrew Hayes is going to fall back to third with the 34. He is going to be way back here in the back trying to hold on to that race car as he is trying to get up through some of these lap down cars to make up any positions. But as of right now, this guy right here, he is out to a half a second lead with that 14. He is tracking him down. He is stalking him. He is coming out of turn number 4, making up some ground as he is running a lot faster than the current leader because he does have those fresh tires. About 0.3 of a second back coming into turn number 3. He is going to be right there coming out of turn number 4 if he can lay the power down before the 18. And he does. Now 0.2 of a second separate first and second place as they are coming out of turn number 2. So with any lap now, that 14 is going to try to take over that top spot from the 18 of Painter, as he is the former champ and now he is starting to shine here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Here they come. They're catching up to the 43 with the 43 and the 35. Give them any trouble passing them. 35 is going to go up high. 18 is going to look down low. No trouble there. The 14 is right there on the 18's bumper. He's going to follow him through along with the 10 of Rivard. Rivard has a very fast car. It really sucks that he is 2 laps down because he would be right here fighting it out. 43 going to look up high. He's going to let the leaders by along with Rivard. He is going to cut it down low, and we have a challenge for the lead. 18 looking to the going high, 14 going to the inside of the 18 and coming into turn number 3, and the 14 is going to have it. Here comes Rivard. He's got some fresh tires. He's got some speed. He wants one of those laps back. He wants to be the lucky dog if the caution were to come back out. So he is going to give it everything he's got to catch Michael Edwards. Coming down the backstretch, he was able to make the pass on the 18. So Bill Rivard sitting 2 laps down, trying to catch that leader, which the leader is extending his lead. Painter about 1 second back from Edwards now. So Edwards showing his hand right here at the end of the race with 30 laps left to go in the race. Still anybody's race as the caution can come out. Now 1.1 seconds separates 1 and 2 with Castrani. He is sitting in third. He had to start at the back as he drifts it out of turn number 4. It's 2 saying, let's go 14. Well, he definitely has it in the bag. If it stays green, he is definitely creating a lot of distance between him and Painter. Now 1.5 seconds between him and Painter. So he has definitely got the speed here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Castrani's trying to make, he made up a lot of time getting through the lap traffic as he was sitting all the way back at the tail end of the longest line when the green flag came out, and it looks like we have a couple cars that went off track, and that's going to be Moss, but they may have just hit the apron. The last car on the lead lap is going to be this guy right here, Andrew Hayes. He has went laps down and he has come back and now sitting in 4th position, but the biggest mover is going to be this guy right here. 35 going to let everybody go. Castrani, he is doing a really good job holding on to second place, and he is tracking slowly but surely, tracking down that 18, trying to take over that second position. Now, let's take a look and see when the last time they pit, and it looks like, yeah, Castrati, he has the freshest tires of them all. You can see Painter has 88 lap old tires, so probably not the best thing to do, stay out on old tires, because these fresh tires are definitely catching him. Now, if caution were to come out, he would go in and get some fresher tires to be faster, but as of right now, I can't foresee that in the near future, but it could happen. Rivard's still doing a pretty darn good job trying to track down the leader, trying to get one of his laps back, so just in case the caution comes out, he'll be the first car one lap down, but hasn't been able to get there yet. And this battle has just heated up as they are side by side. 34 and 18. 34 are going to cut it to the inside and going to be able to take that second position. And now he's going to make his way to try to get around Pavard and maybe catch Michael Edwards. Go back through the rest of the field, and there is Mr. Clapper. And Mr. Clapper is showing 2 laps down, but he is still riding in the 6th position, so not a bad finish, even if that's where he ends up. Mr. Rivard, now Clapper is trying to catch Rivard for that 5th position. They are both 2 laps down, so if he can catch Rivard, he will be able to take over that position. But let's go and catch up to Mr. Edwards. Mr. Edwards has extended his lead now to 3.3 seconds, 3.4, 3.5. He is pretty much flying around this track. And the last thing he wants to see is a caution with 18 laps to go. He's got the 85 of Elston right there in front of him. Is Elston going to give him any challenge? Nope. Elston's going to go up high. Let the leader right on by. And it looks like it's a little bit of smooth sailing from there. Now 3.4 seconds separate the 14 and 34, 18 right there in the mix. He is sitting about 4.2 seconds back from first place and about 1.2 seconds back from second place. And there is the gap between the 34 and the 18. Hayes sitting about 5 seconds off the pace, so to catch 18th place, he's going to have to pick up the pace, or 18th place, at the 18, he's going to have to pick up the pace just a little bit to take over that third position. Edwards fighting around, trying to get around the 35. 35 gives him no trouble getting around him. But will he slow up the rest of the field trying to catch Edwards? I don't believe so, because I don't know if they're going to be able to catch him. Next victim he has in his sights is going to be that 21. 21 is already 2 laps down. Is he going to go 3 before this is all over? Coming out of turn number 4, he is pretty much caught the 21. 21 going high, letting the 14 have enough room to let him right on by. Looks like Rivard has got a little bit of battle between the 35. Is the 35 going to let him on by? Yes, he is. No problem there. 34 also going to be looking to get around the 35. And I believe he's going to let him right on by. There he goes on the inside. Well, 10 laps to go left in the race, and I appreciate everybody spending the evening with me. And it might be a Michael Edwards show. This will be his first win of this season. Eight laps to go as he crosses the start-finish line. with Dudes Castraneves. I hope I'm saying that right. Do it for Seabell, Mike. Well, it looks like the 34 has a little bit of challenge to get around these lap cars. He has the 10. He has the 21. Are they going to hold him up? They are pretty much riding side by side as the 10 has caught, or the 21 has caught the 10. So we can see a position change for fifth place if the 21 can get around the 10. 21 still looking down low. He's got a 34 right there. Not going to try to hold up the 34, so he's going to let him right on by. He has about 5 laps to go. Can he get back up to the 10? Oh, I'm sorry. 1 lap down, or 2 laps down to 3 laps down. So that's not for a position. My bad. Helps if I look at the tower every once in a while. Well, now 4 laps to go, and it is pretty much a Mike Edwards show. He has broken out to about a 5-second lead over to the 34, as the 34 is still was fighting with the 10, so that slowed him up just a little bit. 3 laps left to go here in the race. And it looks like he is just going to coast it around pretty much. 2 laps to go as he crosses the start-finish line. 35 goes high, lets him right on by. Doesn't want to hold the leader up. White flag. Last lap, Edwards. 4.5 seconds out. In no big hurry, because you can see the time between him and the 34 was pretty much dwindling down, and there he goes. There is our winner, with the 34 going to be coming in second. 18 going to be coming in third. Painter led a lot of laps here tonight and going to bring home a 3rd place podium finish, with Andrew Hayes going to be finishing 4th. So let's get a rundown on the finishing order there, and it looks like Michael Edwards is going to be our race winner of the night with Castraneves. He's going to be taking that second place home. 3rd place is going to be Jack Painter. 4th place is going to be Andrew Hayes. 5th is going to be Bill Rivard. 6th is going to be Jeremy Clapper. 7th is going to be Scott Elston. 8th is going to be Christopher Alkire. 9th is going to be Wesley Moss. 10th is going to be Mr. Montrose. 11th is going to be Mr. Crosser. And 12th is going to be Mr. Llewellyn. All right, well, just give me 1 minute and we will see if we can track down our winners. And I'll be right back.
Are you a veteran or currently serving? Or perhaps you're a civilian that has a veteran in your life? We want to stack up with you. StackUp.org brings both veterans and civilians together through a shared love of gaming. StackUp serves not only active duty troops and veterans in the U.S., but also our allies throughout the world. We do this through 4 primary programs. Supply crates, giant boxes of the latest in games and gear sent to active duty troops and veterans to raise morale, build camaraderie, and help combat post-traumatic stress. Air assaults, where we fly deserving veterans to life-changing gaming and geek culture events. The Stacks, our local volunteer teams coming together to support military personnel around their community. And our Stop Squad, Stack Up suicide awareness and mental health support team. Our trained volunteers are on call 24/7 if you're looking to talk with someone about your problems. We're here to help. Please reach out to us through StackUp.org to find out how we can support you or the veteran in your life today.
All right, let's see if we can find Mr. Painter. And there he is. We're going to bring him up to the booth and have a little bit of a chat with him. Mr. Jack Painter, this is Richard up in the booth. Get a copy.
Yes, sir.
Well, you brought home a third place finish. You led a lot of laps tonight, but I think the older tires got you and dropped you down to third. But you put a lot of folks lap down, and it was a really great job. Tell us how you're feeling.
Yeah, thanks. It's a helpless feeling. What happened there? It sucks, and like that was just the Mikey and dudes both made the right strategy call at the right time. And there was nothing I could have done. Even if I had pitted at one of those cautions that followed, I wouldn't have had enough time to get back up to the front. Probably still would have finished third. So they just made the perfect call at the perfect time. They Good job for them for that. But it was fun being up front leading laps, especially at this track because last season I struggled really bad. So I was not expecting to be like this fast at this track tonight. But I mean it's good. Should be happy with third, but a little disappointed because I knew I could have won. They just made the right call at the right time, and I was just a sitting duck after that. There was nothing I could have done. But congrats to them for making that call, for getting those good finishes. But yeah.
Well, absolutely. Well, it was a really great job. It was a very fun race. You were killer on those restarts when you were out there leading. I mean, you would jump out to a half a second lead, right off the bat. So you were very unpredictable when it came to those restarts. But you know, great race. I had fun watching it. I had fun calling it. And man, you know what comes with those podium finishes, man. Those shout outs are yours.
Yes, sir. So usual guys as always. First four racing: Jonathan Oates, C.J. Nemitz, Isaac Johnson, Robert Dorman, Tyler Williams, Griffin Jones, Rudy Valentin. All those guys over there. They're great. Slipstream Signs, Apex Action Photography. All those guys. They're great people. Love racing with them. Love them. Love them being my teammates. Yeah. And again, congrats to Mikey and dudes for those good finishes.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to let you go back down and celebrate, and then we're going to bring them up and chat with them for just a minute.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
We'll see you next week. All right, that was Mr. Jack Painter. He brought home a third place. All right, let's bring up Mr. Dudes. Dudes, this is Richard up in the booth. You got a copy.
I can hear you loud and clear.
Man, you were in a really great race. You went laps down at one time, then you got your laps back, and you played your cards right. You pitted at the right time, and you come out with a second place finish. How you feeling?
Weird, because I didn't expect this. This is one of my worst tracks. But coming into this, I just felt something with the setup and it just clicked. And to be honest, hitting at the right time was not on my schedule. I was just hitting at random times, like, I'm gonna fill up my tank and let's see how tires go. And there was this point where I was stuck behind someone, like, oh man, I'm gonna be here for a while. And a caution came out, and I decided to pit. I sped in that little area before the cones. I braked at the right time. I barely got under the limit. Went to my box, pit, and I was able to go one lap down instead of two. So I think that was just the key role. After that, someone got caught up in something, and we were able to get our lap back and just clicked on from there.
Well, it definitely was a very fun race to call, and man, you and the 18 you caught the 18 very quickly and was able to make the pass to take over that second spot. If a caution would have come out, do you think you would have had anything for Mr. Edwards?
I have no idea. This is only my first full time season. I ran a bit of last season. He was very dominant, but maybe we could have given some. Would been on the outside, but who knows?
Well,
I was actually I was actually begging for no caution because I feel like the 18 could have passed us back having that inside line. But yeah, it was just really hard to pass track.
absolutely. Well, next week we are at Stafford. So, how you feeling about Stafford? Are you any
I
good?
need to buy that track.
Oh, well, you might want to buy it and put a few laps in, see how it feels to you. And man, I'd love to talk to you again next week. on the podium. So, man, go get that track, put a couple laps in, and but with that podium finish, man, those shout outs are yours, and you're welcome to give them anytime.
Shout out to 75 Sim Sports. I recently joined them this season. Been amazing, supportive. Obviously, let's Sidewinder, stack up for this league. It's amazing. And shout out to my Twitch, I guess you could say too. Dudes Catcher Nevis on Twitch. And to you, Richard, thank you for broadcasting.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Well, all right. Well, I'm going to let you go back down and celebrate with your teammates. I'm pretty sure your teammates are glad to have you on there, especially finishing, pretty good here tonight. And can't wait to see what you can do next week. And I love the back of your car. I love cheese. I love cheese too.
Thank you. It's called a Cheese Mobile. This is 2.0 version. 3.0 is coming out soon.
3.0. All right. All right. Well, we'll catch you next time. All right.
Thank you.
All right, now let's bring in our race winner. That is going to be Mr. Michael Edwards, the former champion of last season. Let's see how his race went. Mr. Michael Edwards, this is Richard out in the booth. You got a copy?
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. I bet you're feeling pretty good yourself.
Yeah, that was a long race, though.
It was a long race, and it was a little bit scary for because I saw you get caught up in a little bit of incident, and then you went in and pit. Perfect time to pit because it definitely worked out for you. But man, talk to us a little bit about your race.
Yeah, it was long for sure. Couldn't really get a break because you're kind of always going and turning. Perfect pit strategy there. If it would have gone any bit later, it wouldn't have worked, as you saw from dude's choice there of pitting. But yeah, I figured there were only like 4 or 5 cars, only like 3 or 4 actually on the lead lap. So I figured if I pit, that what's the worst going to happen? Still 3 or 4, finishing there. But it worked out. It definitely worked.
Yes, sir, it definitely did. Like I said, I didn't know how that pit strategy was going to play out, and I didn't know about the a little bit of the incident. You got It's Two out there saying, "Good win, Mike. Do it for Seabell."
Yes, sir. I appreciate him watching. With that incident there, it really didn't affect me. I came in, just took my fast repair, and went out. That was the caution I needed, regardless, just to get me back up there in the top 4, since I was already on the lead lap. But cautions breed cautions, and the strategy worked out perfect.
Well, you were last series champion, and now you got your first win this week. You got Stafford next week. How you feeling about that?
I honestly don't think I've raced at Stafford before, so it'll be interesting. I'm locked into the playoffs now, so I can just kind of chill out for the rest of the season. This is my 4th win so far in Sidewinder in the first 4 weeks we've been racing, 3 or 4 weeks. So I'll take it on a pretty good momentum streak here.
Absolutely. Well, definitely carry that momentum. Go put some laps in at Stafford, man. I hope to see you in in the booth next week. But man, you know what comes comes with those wins, man. You get those shout outs, and you're welcome to give them anytime.
Everybody at just Fort Worth Screen Esports, great group of guys. Didn't really have any teammates this race, so I was kind of just soloing it out. Great race to Jack and dudes. Everybody in this race was fairly clean considering the track, and you for doing the broadcast this late on Saturday. So it's it's been fun.
Absolutely. Well, it has been fun for me too, but I will let you go back down with everybody and celebrate a little bit, and we will catch you next week at Stafford.
Yeah, thanks, man. Enjoy your weekend.
You too. All right, that was Mr. Michael Edwards, our race winner. Congratulations to our top 3. We also had Dudes was actually the biggest mover of the race. He came from the back all the way up to the front and finished second, so he was up 10 positions from where he started the race. A couple others that were up 4 positions was Andrew Hayes and Mr. Jeremy Clapper. So they both finished 4 positions up from where they started. So congratulations to them. Also, congratulations to everybody. Everybody ran a pretty good race, and pretty much stuck with it. No matter if they had damaged cars or not, they pretty much stuck it out for those 200 laps. So with all that said and done, 200 laps, that definitely was a long race, but it was a fun race. I enjoy broadcasting this. So make sure you stop by next week here on Saturday night, same time, 9 o'clock Eastern Central Time, or Eastern Standard Time. And join me back in the stream, and chat with me. But I appreciate everybody that stopped by and spent the evening with me. But on that note, I am going to call it a night. I hope you have a safe and wonderful rest of your weekend. Work on Monday, so don't stay up too late tomorrow night watching that NFL football. But y'all have a good night, a safe weekend. God bless. See y'all next time.